Hello, everyone. My name is Todd Menard. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going over the Greater Phoenix metropolitan housing statistics for the week ending November 18th, 2024. Let's get right into those numbers. 81 days closed on market this past week, a 4.78 months supply. Absorption rate was at 20.9, and our average list price this past week at $763,705. Average sale price this past week at $593,499. List price to sale price retention was 97.69. Active inventory was up 2% to 22,516. Pending is at 3,251, and month to date closed units at 2,667. Taking a look at new listings taken, 1,761 units this past week, down just a little bit versus last week. Days on market for active at 106.2 and for closed at 80.8. Taking a look at the lower left-hand side, taking a look at the price ranges, you'll see there's only one price range that had a contraction to it, and that was the $3 to $4 million price range. The $0 to $600,000 price range represented 65.79% of the entire MLS inventory. The $600 to $1 million price range represented 20.69%, and the 1 million and up at 13.52. Taking a look at the spreadsheet where everybody gets to be the expert, because we get to compare. We get to look week over week, month over month. We get to look at year over year, all on one page. And let's face it, we don't know what's happening in the marketplace. We can't really predict the future, but by using the numbers, we can spot market trends. We can also take a look as to whether or not the market is more brisk or less brisk, or more units or fewer units being sold year over year. So taking a look at the sheet in the very center column, we have 2022 same week. We have 2023 to the left of that same week, and then we have week over week analysis for this week and the last reporting week that we did. Over in the blue, we have month over month. So we have both September 24 to October 24, and then also a reflection back to 2023 in each of those months. So taking a look at the new listings across the board, we took 1,761 new listings this past week versus 1,766, almost the same. But the good news is, in both week over week analysis, we outperformed last year and 2 years ago, not by a great number, but again, what it's saying is there has been some confidence following the election, which is what we thought would happen. And so again, that's 1,761. Taking a look at active inventory, was up to 22,516. We only had 16,700 units last year and 20,501, very similar, a couple of thousand off 2 years ago. Taking a look at the coming soon category, represented 455 of those units. The single family detached category represented 17,267, new home construction at 2,633, and non-distressed properties. So of the entire 22,516 properties, 22,358 are non-distressed. Taking a look at the distressed market right now, there are 83 short sales in the marketplace, 64 lender-owned properties, and 8 HUD homes. Of course, this does not take into consideration people that are behind on their mortgages or are already in the pre-foreclosure process. Taking a look at pending, this is where we anticipate the number of people in the marketplace. As this number increases, there's obviously more people in the marketplace, and as it decreases, there's fewer. And this is actually pending open escrow properties, where both the seller and the buyer have come to a meeting of the minds. So we're currently at 3,251, down just a little bit from 3,283 last week, but we're up in both categories year over year and also year over 2 years ago, same reporting period. So there's more buyers in the market right now than there have been in this same month year over year. Taking a look at the closed units, and again, we're mid-month, roughly just over mid-month. So most properties close at the end of the month. So this is really more of a month-end reflection than during the month. But we are keeping up pace with last year at 2,667. We were at 2,625 last year. Again, this more than likely was we did not have a reporting period this week last year, so we used last week's numbers, which would have been the month-end reporting. So that's why those numbers are so high. So taking a look at the month over month, you can see we closed 5,800 last month. So we can anticipate this is more than likely going to be similarly, but we did have a 12% increase last month versus the month before, versus a 2% loss month over year prior period, year-over-year analysis. Short sales, although we have quite a few properties that are still representing about 0.7% of the entire, 0.7% of 1% of the entire MLS, down here, as far as closings are concerned, we had 12 short sale closings, 3 lender owned, and 2 HUD month to date. And as you can see by the numbers, that's about average where it was last year, same period. Taking a look at the statistics, 4.78 months supply. Usually when we get over 4, that's pretty indicative of a neutral market, even maybe favoring buyers a little bit, depending upon the active number of active inventories. Right now, we're continually increasing inventory. So buyers aren't worried about finding a property, and sellers are a little worried about, is their property going to be the one that sells? So in this particular case, of over 4 months supply pretty much says sellers typically are negotiating a little more than they would have otherwise. Taking a look at the, and again, if we were also to speculate year over year, you'll see we're at 4.02. So the market's a little bit slower than it was last year. Taking a look at average list price at 763, average sale price at 593, but the median price jumped to 469.9. If you run your eyes all the way down the right-hand side, all the way to the right-hand side, you'll see that that is the largest number we've seen in quite some time. And again, median is the lethargic movement of what would be considered the middle of the market as far as total inventory is concerned, and in this case, closed inventory. And this also only taking into account month to date, not the entire year. So we look at the 469 number, and it's a little bit higher, which would indicate that we have sold more higher end properties, closed more higher end properties than we did lower end properties. That would cause that type of a movement. But week over week, you can see it was 449 the week before. It is very capricious, so it does move back and forth. So if you're with me and you have been following us regularly week to week, or even on our month-end analysis, you'll come to the realization of where those should be. We're at 450 at the end of last month, 440 the month before that. So it kind of gives you a little idea where we're headed. Days on market is, again, 81 is a little slow. 70 is our rule of thumb. So it's a little bit higher than we would like to see it. And it's at kind of about I don't know, maybe 5-6 days higher than it was same period last year. List price to sale price retention. For consumers, this is a great number, and even for buyer's side of the properties, because buyer's agent side, because this kind of gives you a little clue as to how much of a discount off of list price are the sellers accepting. And again, this deals with closed units, not active units. So what it says is 97.69% of the list price at the time the offer came across. Also saying the reciprocal of that is there was approximately a 2.3% negotiation or discount off that price. So the seller accepted on average a 2.3% discount off the price. And also, this does not have anything to do with the concession section in the contract. So it's possible that it could have been a negotiation on both ends, maybe in the contract and not off the price, or maybe a larger off the price, but not so much inside. Just depends on what the buyer and seller negotiate. There's no standard for that. But 97.8% is the average, and over my reporting period all the way back since 1998. So if you take a look at this, if you had a 97.8% list price sale retention with a 2.5 month supply, maybe 3, we were averaging 5,500 buyers in the marketplace and taking 2,400 new listings, which would mean we should probably be somewhere about 30 to 35,000 listings in that type of a robust market. Then all of these numbers would be in line. So when we see that we are getting almost 2,000, we have about 2,000 fewer buyers in the marketplace than we had a year ago. Then the inventory isn't being eaten up as quickly as it would have normally, and as a result, we're able to build upon the total inventory versus being in a situation where we have a limited supply. So that's how these numbers can be read. You can see we're at 97.82 last week, 97.5 last year, 97.24 the year before. And again, these can be cyclical also. So in certain buying months, maybe April through August, early September, that could be almost 100%. The sellers aren't giving away their property. They aren't negotiating as much because it's a more robust market during those particular times. Not so for the second home market or the snowbird market, but just for that particular portion of the market. So those are the numbers. These are the different places you can find us each week. This is our disclosure, of course. We're here for you. We look forward to serving you. Let us know how we can help. Have a good day.